doesn't matter what you want. I will succeed, whether you like it or not. I am unstoppable. When will you learn that? When will you learn that?
Again, Mr. Williams, I invite you to conversate with me directly. I don't do all this internet stuff. The problem is you're going after my family, you post my children, and then you mention my name. So you and I, we need to have a conversation. And yes, this is a forever problem.
It's me, Darius Crooks, also known as your local scammer.
You are, you gay, grown up in Chicago. You just end up being with a tribe of people. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. It might be different now, but when I was growing up, there were crews. We had people we hung with, right? Anyway, and I hung with people like, Calvin, Lavelle. Those are people that I used to hang with back in the day, and you see what happened now, especially with randomness of Veil. We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? Come to think of it, let me not bring his name up, because let me tell you something. He probably, he ready to. Where's the expose? Where is the expose?
Show out, run your mouth, pop off at the mouth. I do something called an attack. When you do the attack, you got to make sure you're real rooted and grounded. Look that way. Make sure you're real rooted and grounded so they don't know what's about to go on. You just attack them. You just attack them. What did I say? I said you better do what I said to do. If they think you're crazy, if they think you're crazy, they'll just walk away slowly like that.
Yeah, I stole from the church. Then, okay, the first time I definitely remember stealing was I stole from this lady's purse, a teacher at school. I was on, did I give it back? I probably should go up there right now and give a donation. That's probably what I need to do. It was this teacher at school, and I used to go to, what school was this? It was Douglas. I guess I was in House B at Douglas. I was in House A. I forgot. But this would have been like 1990. Okay, let me see. Hold on. If I graduated 8th grade in 95, it would have been like 1993 or something. Girl, that's so long ago. I can't remember shit. 30 years ago. Okay, that's how long ago this shit was. 30 years. So, I thought nobody even seen me steal that money out of her purse. I took $20 out of her, and I would take the money. I used to go to I remember with that 20, I went to the corner store and I got me some oatmeal cream pies. I got some vanilla ice cream. I got some of them toasted coconut donuts. I got me some tangy cheese chip. I was fed. I was still to eat. I was fed. We was poor, right? So I remember I stole from the lady purse, and I had got caught. And
And I said, damn, how did they catch me? Ain't nobody even seen me go in her purse. But they found each other. I had to go to the principal's office every day. You know, call my mama. I got my ass toe clean up. So that was the first time. The second time I remember stealing was at the church. The third time, this one I said, I better stop this. I think I came to my senses after this, after the third time. After the third time, I said, this is, you know, the third time I got caught. I said, no, I can't do this. It was like more like organized crime. I could have got a RICO charge. I could have had a RICO charge. Let me tell you what had happened. I had this job, right? I told y'all this before. I had this job. I used to work at Frank's Nursery and Craft in North Riverside. Third? I know. Girl, I was a kid. You kids do dumb shit because they kids. I used to work at Frank's Nursery and Crab. It was in North Riverside, right? It was like, when you go into North Riverside, you gotta go past the Best Buy, and then on the right-hand side, before you go to the mall, there's the, it was Frank's Nursery and Crab, right? And I used to, I was on the cash register. This is what I used to do. So let's say you come and you pay you come to the register and you do your stuff, right? You be like, okay, I'm gonna cash out. You know, back then, the credit card, everything was separate. It wasn't the same. So what I used to do is if your bill was like $37.41, right? I would charge your credit card $41 and whatever the cent is, and then take the $10 out the grocery store. I mean, out the cash register. Out the grocery store, Lord Jesus. Out the cash register, right? So I would probably make about between like $80 and $100 doing that a day. Girl, today, till I get somebody down to the accounting department, started doing a reconciliation. I thought you just started scamming. You a whole professional. I know, child. Somebody down to the accounting department started saying, "Wait a minute now, store number 672 look a little funny on the on the P&L." A day, child. I ain't do it like every day. It would be like, I'd probably do it like, if I ain't work, I was a kid. I wasn't working every day. I was only working like specific days. So I would only do it like, let's say if I work 3 days a week, I would do it like 2 days a week. I wouldn't do it the whole time. Yeah. But yeah, I did that. It's one of my fun. I'm not proud of it. Never say I was proud of it. Oh God, we thank God for deliverance. Oh girl, please. I ain't the only person.
This, you know what? This is the thing. It don't come up no more. This is as far as it come up. I guess I didn't get the one with the extra long handle on it. It's fine. This one, I like the spin mop. You ain't got to touch it. I twisted the pole. This is as far as it go up. It only go to 48. What's 48? 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 4 feet. This 4 feet tall. This about 4 feet. This about 2 feet. This 2 more feet. This tall as it go to 48. That's it. It's not meant for me. It's meant for Maria. I love this mop. Girl, it don't the fuck go up. Extendable telescope. 22 to 36 inches or 36 to 48. Bitch, you got 2 choices. 22 to 36 or 36 to 48. That's it. It don't go no fucking higher than that. Okay? Now, do you want the flow clean or not? What the fuck do the size of the mop got to do? Girl, twist. I have twisted. Girl, down, up, down, up, down, up. I'll talk to y'all later. Breon. She crazy as hell, but so are you. The helper came in with a bathrobe. A bathrobe and a suitcase. A roll-on suitcase. Bitch, if you're not showing down there with Darius Crooks with a bathrobe and a roll-on suitcase, what are you doing? Okay? Do not ask me why she came in there with that bathrobe on. She was fully dressed, but don't ask me. I don't know. And she had that suitcase. She fit right at home. Anytime you show up, and that's my first time ever meeting you, and you that comfortable, it's you at home. She ain't going nowhere. All right? Nowhere.
I'm spirited about this Darius thing. You can't be up in here playing games with my Darius. I will fight you. Okay, I'm not even a fighting person. I don't fight people. But I promise you, boy, what year is this? Back in the top of, what was it, 2014? It was the end of 2014 or the beginning of 2015 when Darius was given to me. And baby, we went through it over on Periscope. And that baby let everything be known. You know, he was opening up. And, you know, you learn his story. And you be like, you know what? Not on my watch, okay? Nobody else is going to come in here and nobody's going to come in here and mess with my Darius.
Police station. Why am I not in jail? Where's the record? Where's the Okay. Y'all believe anything, child. Okay. Then that's what happened. I saw women.
So much, you must wake up and just make up stuff. Cause I just do not understand why every time you talk, you tell a quick lie. You and your lies gotta go, because I'm tired of talking to Pinocchio. Then you had a nerve to look folks in the eyes, knowing that you telling them lies, you be telling them lies. I asked you about this, then you lied about it. I asked you about that, then you lied about it. Get them lies together, they all over the place. I bet if Jesus came back, you a lie to his face. Damn, Pinocchio, I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. I said, Pinocchio, I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. Now, let's go, start telling all them lies, number one. Let's go, cause I don't believe that you say at this point, cause all you do is lie, 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 lie. Mama! 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 Mama!
What's up, a good people? Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing chat group or telegram, chat group or telegram to let me know that you can hear me in this chat. Today, we have quite a live stream for us today. We got various topics, and then for the second half of the show, we will do a little retrospect, a little update, a little revisiting of a topic that I've been getting a lot of questions about recently. So I was like, maybe this is the appropriate time to go over that. And that is Darius Crooks and his Bali adventures, escape to Bali. And so, yeah, we'll cover that. We'll do a little bit of a retrospective on that. Thank you to everyone in the chat who's letting me know that you can hear me by typing chat group or telegram. Channel members, shout out. We got Kaza, we got Saint Center, we got Madam X, Miss AMJ, we got Alice, Blessed Child of God, Fifi, RN Smith, B Hunt, and everyone else who is letting me know, channel members and everyone else who's letting me know that you can hear me. I greatly appreciate it. The reason I wanted you to repeat and put out their chat group, because some people are still not aware. If you're not aware, the VIP text community that we've had for umpteen years is now, unfortunately, she gone. May she rip. She is gone. They started to, they wanted me to pay 5 times almost what I normally was paying for the service. And so we had to leave it. We had to leave her alone. And so because of that, we have found us a new platform to work with, and that is Telegram. Telegram is, unlike the text community, it is a app that you will have to download in order to get the notifications from me of when we're going live and other major announcements, etc. So it's like the text group that we had, but Telegram is on steroids. So what we have over there is not only will you get the notifications, but we have different chat groups now, things I wasn't able to do with our text community. And so now we have a true crime group for those who are interested in that. We have the Darius Crooks group, of course, for those of you who are interested in that. Some topics that we have coming up. We got our scammers group, where we'll be, there's already a story that'll be coming out next week. That group is already aware of it, and any other people they may want to share. So true crime, Darius Crooks, Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dalton, will be talking about that soon. And the list goes, and politics as well. Each group has its different topics. So if you like the chat over here on YouTube, you will absolutely love the chat over on Telegram that happens every day, all day. So consider joining. You can scan the QR code on your screen, or you can click this link that I'm about to put in our chat, and you're able to join. Hold on, I'm doing something different on my screen. Some of you may notice that I don't have my bifocals on today. They're not bifocals, but I don't have my specs on today, and that's on purpose. I'm trying to work with my with all these screens without my glasses, because the truth is I only wear my glasses when I'm on live with y'all and when I'm driving. Other than that, sometimes when I'm working on a computer. So anyway, I'm trying this. I'm straightening it a little bit, but we functioning. So also, don't forget, we also have a channel membership. Our channel membership enables you to have special emojis that you see in the chat from time to time. There are more to come. Also, with that, you get loyalty badges that lets everyone know, hey, I've been rolling with the fellowship for some years or for some months. So the longer you're with us, the higher your loyalty badge goes. Also, as you saw at the beginning, our channel members get the shout outs. And if we're pressed for time with comments, etc., I feel like that's way too high. We're pressed for time, etc., the channel members comments, questions, etc., will always get priority. So with that, we're going to move into our topics. This evening, we are returning to having our missing person segment. Actually, let me close this poll I have out. Thank you to the 95% of you who have stated here on the YouTube side that you have liked and shared this video. If you have not as of yet, please like and share this video on whatever platform you are on. And it is greatly appreciated. It's free to you, but it is invaluable to me and the growth of my platform. So thank you in advance. And that's whether you're watching live now or if you're watching the replay later. So tonight we are returning to our missing person segment. So we got two missing person cases. We got a couple of reminders. We do know that we are in an election season, and so we will start to have a little bit more of those topics weaved in between some of our other topics and shenanigans, et cetera, because our lives depend on it. And so I want y'all to be as knowledgeable as possible so you can make informed decisions, et cetera. And with that being said, if you are located in Ohio, we want to make sure that you know that your election is tomorrow. So make sure your voices are heard. So today we're going to be talking about Representative Byron Donalds, aka Uncle Ruckus, Uncle Ruckus' great grandson, and we got a little conversation about Trump, some little anecdotal things out about Trump. Then we have a couple viral stories in regards to food delivery that have come out this week. that I've shared on my social media, on my Instagram, and well, I couldn't share it on my Facebook because I've been suspended. So if you're communicating with me on Facebook, know that I cannot respond. I only can kind of see some of the stuff that's happening. So that's another great reason to join Telegram, because we don't have to worry about those sort of issues. And then we have the story of Micheal Rainey from the Power series and what he has had to deal with recently with being attacked, basically. So moving to our missing person segment, we have this young lady here, Javea Antoinette Holmes. She's been missing since, hold on, it's too far. I'm really pushing it. I got the screen way over there, and I don't have my glasses on. Okay, I had to move it closer. But she's been missing, unfortunately, since May 29th. She is now 15 years old. She's out of Oakland, California. She is 5 feet 5 inches, 120 pounds, black hair, and it's a long length, brown eyes. They say that she was last seen in the 300 block of, was it Catron Drive on May 29th of 2024. And circumstances of her disappearance are unknown. But if you have any information on that, the flyer is on your screen. But please reach out to the Oakland Police Department at area code 510. Now my eyes playing tricks on me for real. I can't tell. Is that 238 3641? I'm about to put these glasses back on. I'm about to put these glasses back on. It feels good without them, I tell you, dude. I'm gonna have to go and get these contacts. Quit playing. I think that's people in Telegram talking. Then our second story. Did I have the wrong person up, or did I just click on it? I think I just clicked on this. I had that up at first, right? Maybe I'm moving faster than I'm thinking. The second story is Jordan Allen. Jordan Allen is missing from the Washington, D.C. area, from the 1400 block of 3rd Street Southwest. He's been missing since June 8th, so this weekend rather, from at 8 a.m. And they said the police department is seeking the public's assistance in locating 14-year-old Jordan Allen, at least for this, I got it, because that's too much strain, who was last seen in the 1400 block of 3rd Street Southwest on Saturday, June 8th. Jordan Allen is described as a black female, 5 feet 2 inches tall, 150 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Her clothing description is unknown, but if you have any information on that, anonymous or otherwise, please call area code 202-727-9099, or you can send an anonymous text to 50411. You can call or text anonymously. So thoughts and prayers to these young people and their families, and we hope that they return safely. Poll question, we're closing out. Should I return to doing the missing person segment? 91% of y'all say yes. So it's back. My concern has always been, in part, too much delay in getting the show going. But I've tried other methods to get this information out, and I think this is also needed. Again, just a reminder to those of you who live in the Ohio area that tomorrow is your election day. Just poll I just put out. I'm curious, how many of you are actually from Ohio? Because maybe we can start putting out these reminders for other areas as well. And then if you want any information on that, you can go to voteohio.gov to learn more. Only 5%, only 5% of y'all are from Ohio. But pass the word. Share this video. Share the word. Sharing is caring. Sharing can save our lives in this election. Local elections count. Remember that. Remember that. Count very much so. Moving on. Oh, 11. Okay, it's going up a little bit. 11% of y'all live in Ohio. What y'all got there? What's in Ohio? Have I been? I feel like I've been to Ohio. I feel like I have. Uh-oh, too many. Let me get rid of these. It's a slight typo just because it was too many characters. But did you hear that Rep Byron Donalds? Did you hear of him using using Jim Crow as an example, Jim Crow era as an example of when the black family was more together? Y'all, the black family was more together. During the Jim Crow was good for the black families because they was together. The daddies was around before they got drugged out their house in the middle of the night and lynched. Anyway, so it's been trending if you haven't heard about it. And the black folks have been definitely getting him together, and I've been applauding every step of the way. So here's a interview between with him on the Joy Reid show, and I think hers was like an 18. I can't even remember the time, but I think it was about an 18-minute interview. So of course we can't listen to it all, but I tried to screen record a little bit of it, and it skips around a little bit because I didn't have time to edit this for us to make it all cute. But here is a clip of what he said and also a bit of his interview with Joy Reid.
The Congressional Black Caucus, the chairman of the Democratic National Committee, Jamie Harrison, and the president of the NAACP, Derek Johnson, just to name a few. In those comments at an event designed to help Republican outreach to black voters in Philadelphia early this week, Congressman Donalds made what certainly seemed like positive comments about the Jim Crow era. And he claims his critics are missing the context of what he said. So here's the context.
I grew up with my mom. My dad and my mom, things didn't work out. As an adult, I look at my father and I say, bro, I don't know what happened, but you my father and I love you. Wow. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Wow. But I'm going to tell you this. Growing up, the one thing I knew I wanted to do, and this is not about my father, this is about what I wanted to do, is I wanted to be a father to myself. Wow. And so one of the things that's actually happening in our culture, which you're now starting to see in our politics, is the reinvigoration of black families with younger black men and black women. And that is also helping to breed the revival of a black middle class in America. You see, during Jim Crow, the black family was together. That's right. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people always have been conservative-minded, but more black people voted conservatively. And then H.E.W., Lyndon Johnson, and then you go down that road, and now we are where we are. What's happened in America the last 10 years, and I say it because it's my contemporaries, it's Wesley's contemporaries, you're starting to see more black people be married in homes, raising kids. It's when you home with your wife raising your kids, and then you look at the world, you're saying, oh, wait a minute, time out. This does not look right. How can I get something to my kids? It goes back to the conversation of generational wealth. Not just having a job, generational wealth.
I am joined now by Florida Republican Congressman Byron Donalds. Congressman, thank you for being here. We played that lengthy segment. That is what you posted on your social media. The part of what you said that people take issue with is this line, which I'm going to read back to you again. You see, during Jim Crow, the black family was together. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative. Black people have always been conservative-minded, but black people voted conservatively. But it is that during Jim Crow, the black family was together. That's what people have taken issue with. What are they missing?
I'm close this, and they got a couple more minutes, but poll question I'm closing out is, did you know that he used the Jim Crow era as an example of when the black family was more together? 50% of you are aware of this story, 50% of you are not. So that's good. That's why we share these sort of things. Now my next question is, Do you think this was Uncle Tom? Uncle Tom, and now the modern version is an Uncle Ruckus dog whistle to the MAGA folks to be like, I'm good black. I'm sitting here recruiting the other blacks who ain't smart enough to know that wasn't nothing good about the Jim Crow era. Do you think it was a dog whistle of sorts to placate to the MAGA folks in front of the black folks who ain't got good sense to know no better? Because some of them, I don't know if y'all noticed in the crowd, was like, yeah, that's right. Jim Crow era was great for us. What?
Frankly, what's really happened is that you have, Democrats and you have the Biden campaign, and some of the media want to twist my words for political purposes. The overarching issue is talking just about black families and why you're seeing a trend of black people leaning towards Republicans in this election cycle and probably in election cycles to come. And part of that, is that when you're raising families, raising kids, etc., you're now thinking about all of the public policy issues. Talking about Joy
what was the benefit of a man in the family?
Up and you're bringing up is a tragedy, one of the great tragedies of the Jim Crow era. This is why those policies they were discussed.
Her name is Merle Evers Williams. Cold water below and drowned while his mother's pleading. His greedy lynched by Jim Crow. Just so
that is the gaslighting that I'm standing up to, because that's what Hakeem Jeffries, the Biden campaign, Jamie Harrison, and the like are trying to bring up. And unfortunately, the media has followed suit with misleading headlines, and that's wrong.
Now I'm going to talk. Do I have a chance? Good. Now, you talked about the black father being in the family, being able to protect the family. First, I want to read just for our audience the definition of Jim Crow, just so we all know what we're talking about. Jim Crow laws were a collection of state and local statutes that legalized racial segregation. They existed essentially from the post-Civil War era. They were meant to marginalize African Americans by denying them the right to vote, hold jobs, get an education, and other opportunities. Those who attempted to defy Jim Crow laws often faced arrest, fines, jail sentences, violence, and death. Now I want to talk about something that happened during this era. You said that what you were talking about was the presence of the black father in the home to protect his wife and family. In 1943, in the state that you represent, in Florida, a young man named Willie James Howard, who was 15 years old, was lynched. During Christmas of 1943, Willie Howard...
Have y'all ever heard this story about of Willie Howard? It's funny because as she was going through this story, I'm like, I saw this on YouTube sometime last year, and I had never heard the story before. Someone did like a documentary on it. I'm gonna close out this poll question that's up here and ask y'all if y'all have heard of this story. Do you think his speech was a MAGA dog whistle? 89% of y'all say yes. It look like we're somewhat like-minded over here. But I'm putting the next poll question is: have you heard of the Willie Howard story?
Sent cards to all of his coworkers at the Van Priest dime store in Live Oak, Florida. Unlike the other cards, Willie's card to Cynthia Goff, a white store employee, revealed a youthful crush. His greeting expressed hope that white people would someday like black people and concluded, I love your name, I love your voice. For SH, sweetheart, you are my choice. After reading the card, Cynthia's father, Phil Goff, brought two friends to the Howard home and demanded to see Willie. Despite his mother's pleading, the men dragged Willie away and then kidnapped Willie's father, James Howard, from work. The men drove the two Howards, I should say, to the embankment of the Suwannee River, bound Willie's hands and feet, stood him at the edge of the water, and told him to either jump or be shot. Willie jumped into the cold water below and drowned while his father was forced to watch at gunpoint. Willie's dead body was pulled from the river the next day. You said that during the Jim Crow era, the importance of having a black man in the home was to protect his family and to protect his wife. I actually spoke with somebody who lived through Jim Crow. Her name is Merle Evers Williams. And Merle quoted to me a man named Charles Silverman, who wrote in Crisis in Black and White, that in 1890, the year that the Mississippi Constitution was written, the policy of crushing out the manhood of the Negro citizens was to be carried out with success. So the man in the home during Jim Crow had no rights, could not protect his wife from rape, could not protect his son from lynching. So again, why would you quote that era and say that at that time, the family all being in the home together was something we should think of as a good thing?
Well, first of all, Joy, the story you bring up and you're bringing up is a tragedy, one of the great tragedies of the Jim Crow era. This is why those policies they were disgusting and distasteful. All I was talking about, Joy, was the benefit of a man in the
family. Again, sir, I'm sorry, I let you talk for a long time. Sorry, talk over you. You've gotten a chance to speak a lot, Congressman. You're going to answer my question now and not filibuster. This is the question you want. This is the question you need to answer.
That's what I'm trying to answer. That's what I'm trying to answer, Joy.
Give me a second. Take a breath. Take a breath. If a black man could not protect... It's my show. If a black man, a black father, could not protect his wife, his son, or himself from lynching and violence, how is him being in the home mean that that is an era that was better for the black family, or that we should think of as a good thing?
First of all, Joy, I never said that it was better for black people in Jim Crow. I have never said that. And even my own words say that. If you're talking about the importance of black fathers in the home, or frankly, all fathers in the home, it is always for the betterment of children to have leadership. Yes, for safety. So having two people in the home to help provide the economic needs for those children so the family can succeed. That is a wonderful thing. We should always get back to that, not to Jim Crow. And this is the point of the gaslighting and the lying that is occurring with what I said. Don't try to impose the fact that the marriage rates were better in the higher, I want to be clear, higher in the Jim Crow era to mean that I think Jim Crow is great. That is a lie. That is gaslighting. I would never say such a thing. Which is why the Jim Crow era was destructive of black people.
You brought it up. You're the one who brought it up.
So the part I loved about this was the fact that she used an example of his very own life, which is back in Jim Crow, which you were comparing an era where black families were stronger together. You're using that as an example of a time period. You couldn't even be with your own wife during that time. Your story would have looked like Willie Howard's story. And I see here 78% of you have never heard that story before. It is a very tragic and sad story that a teenager, because he had a crush on a white girl his age who worked at the same department store that he worked at, and gave her a card stating his infatuation with her. Her father and his cronies came to his house, kidnapped him, then went to his father's job, got the father, had the father, took them to the lake, and had the father watch his son drown, and with a gun up to his head, like, if you try to save your son, we're gonna kill you anyway. Horrible. And then took him back to work. Horrible. And he's gonna use that. My issue with it is, would he use the Holocaust as an example? Like, remember when the Jewish families were really together during the Holocaust? You know, for example, when Anne Frank and her family were, up in the attic. They were very close during that time period. That was a time where they spent a lot of time together because, of the Holocaust. There is no way he could get away with that, ever. So why is it okay to take a moment in time that is nothing good that happened to black people during Jim Crow and use that as an example as a black man? He could have said in the early 1900s, he could have said from 1896 through 1967, the black families were strong, whatever. But why did he use the words Jim Crow? Dog whistle is all I got to say. Dog whistle. And then he gaslighting us like all I said was the black families had a higher rate of being together back then. Well, could you look at why the rate is lower now? Could you look at the fact that slavery caused them to sell the husband and separate the family, selling the wife from the husband from the wife? What they call them? It was no buck breaking was the other side of it, but making them be bucks and impregnate other, multiple women on the plantations. Like, go to the root of it. Then you come out of slavery. You got Jim Crow, which was purposefully created to oppress black people, and specifically the black man, because they looked at the black man as being the source of black people being able to come up in life. And so they created the pipeline to prison. They could get in prison and end up on a chain gang for standing on a corner in a group. That was separating black families. Then you fast forward, and I'm skipping over a lot of stuff, but you fast forward to the the war on drugs, where they poured drugs and weapons into black communities. So then the daddies get hooked on drugs, the ones who did stay around. They get hooked on drugs, they get in gangs, they selling drugs, they become drug, all of that end up in jail anyway. But then and it was all on purpose. This stuff is documented by the United States of these America. But you want to blame the black families. Oh, okay. Okay. And he know this. He know that. He know what I'm talking about. He already know. So he gaslighting. Talk about some Jim Crow was a good time for us. The black families were stronger. And they returning to that. Who the hell returning to it? Did you see Krishan up there at Blueface's court hearing? He getting girls pregnant on top of each other and they fighting in the streets and baby hanging all out sideways at the Walmart. That's who our kids, most of them, fanning after. Where you see this at? Where your statistics coming from? Anyway. Oh, I forgot. Get off my soapbox. Abby Phillips. She gets them together too. I ain't have enough time to really clip this up the way I would have wanted to because she really get them together.
All I was doing was referring to the time periods when you talk about the historical timelines in America and coinciding with black families and what the marriage rate in black families are. The overarching point is obviously talking about what polling shows today, that about 25% of the black vote, depending on what poll you're looking at, is leaning towards supporting Republicans and supporting President Trump. The corollary to that is that when you're in a family unit, husband and wife, living together, working together, thriving together, you're raising your kids, your thought process is now talking about building generational wealth. What am I leaving to my children? What kind of communities do I want my children to come up in? What are the educational opportunities? What's going on with the economy? How does, and then to a broader level, how does foreign policy and all these other public policy issues flow into that? And so when you compare the terrible agenda.
So yeah, there was much more to that one, but again, I couldn't clip it out. So it looked like some of y'all over it anyway. We got to talk about this stuff. People like, I saw somebody, I'll be back when we talking about Crooks. You can go ahead and feed your mind with junk food as the next thing you know, in the next 4 years, we got concentration camps. Keep playing. So that's enough of him. But we already know what that is. Moving on to his leader, Donald Trump. Have you seen this particular skit I'm going to play? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Wow. Found this was funny. Someone put this in the Telegram group. Again, join the Telegram group. It is a ball over there. Here it is.
Thank you, Mr. President Trump, Your Majesty. I just want to say on your behalf that I'm a Republican and I believe you when you say that the election was stolen from you. And that I believe that you didn't commit tax fraud and that you didn't commit business fraud and that you didn't embezzle millions of dollars from your Trump Foundation charity or scam your university students out of millions of dollars. I believe that. And I believe that you didn't cheat on your wife with a porn star and a Playboy model. And that you didn't pay the porn star $130,000 to make sure she didn't tell anyone about it right before the 2016 election. And that you didn't sexually assault a woman in the dressing room of a department store. and that you didn't conspire to steal the 2020 election by creating false slates of electors, and that you were not complicit in the attempted hanging of your vice president, and that you did not commit child rape with Jeffrey Epstein, and you did not sexually harass over 25 women who came forward accusing you, and that you really didn't enter the Miss Teen USA changing room where girls as young as 15 years old were undressed. And I believe you. I just do. I don't believe that you stole classified documents, hid them in your bathroom, and obstructed attempts to get them back by the government. I don't believe it for one sec. And I believe you did not extort Ukraine to interfere in an election in 2020 and encourage Russia to help you win the 2016 election. I don't believe that. And I believe you did not actively undermine the nation's response to a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic and let a deadly disease spiral out of control for months. I don't believe it. And that you did not orchestrate a months-long coup attempt that culminated in a violent insurrection to disrupt the peaceful transfer of power and install yourself as an unelected dictator. And I don't believe that you spew deranged conspiracy theories about everything from climate change to immigration to vaccines to windmills. And I don't care that you were impeached twice or that you're a convicted criminal felon. I just don't. Now, I don't believe and I don't care that you're banned from doing business in the state of New York for 3 years. I will do business with you. I will move to New York just to do business with the Trump organization. Or I don't think that you should have to pay the $500 million in business fraud fines because you're innocent. And I don't believe that you took millions from foreign governments while you were president. So to top it all off, I believe President Trump when he says he's not a rapist, he's not a thief, he's not a grifter, a liar, a philanderer, a narcissist, a glutton, a bully, and a complete ignoramus. And I don't believe he cheats at golf.
I see some of y'all look confused. This is satire, aka sarcasm. This guy is not serious. This is a skit, and it's not real. He was not actually up there with Donald Trump. This is a skit. Some people like, oh, this thing needs some clowns. Look at him up there. It's a joke.
It's a golf. Thank you, Mr. President, for being a good Christian leader dedicated to truth and justice for all. By the way, I would let my wife have your children. Thank you.
I loved it because it's literally him laying out the laundry list of Donald Trump's years of predatory practices, etc. And of course, he is not for Trump, obviously. But when he lays it out like that, that's literally what his supporters sound like, because they have to acknowledge. Well, they ain't, but if they're real with themselves, they would have to acknowledge that all of that those are statements of fact, all of them. Then we just covered Byron Donalds, representative who is a black for Trump, and there are others. There are other blacks for Trump that I don't even know. That sounds crazy to me, but it's almost like saying ninjas for Trump. That's what it sounds like to me. But there are other people of note who have also voiced their dedication and belief that Donald Trump is the person that they're going with, and they're letting their fans know that, hey, they're for him, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Here you go.
That boy Donald Trump. The reason why I say that and the reason why I'm going to say that is because when COVID came, he was the one that helped out with the community, with the black people, with people that was sick, stuff like that. I feel like, to me, he got my opinion. Free Donald Trump. He don't deserve to be in jail. He deserves to make it right for the USA, for the black American and the white American citizens. He have my opinion. I would say free Donald Trump. I don't care what nobody said. Free him. Okay? A lot of y'all need to stop being on this shit, being on this phone and stuff, and let's make it.
So Shamar is saying free Donald Trump. And he has his opinion. He has registered that this November he will be casting his opinion for Donald Trump. So I think we're very safe. I think we're real safe. I saw that. I chuckled a little bit because I'm like, yeah, ain't no way he gonna know that his opinion, casting his opinion, ain't helping nothing. That ain't gonna count. We casting votes, not opinions. And also, there's no Donald Trump in the election. So let him write Donald Trump in on his ballot. But he wasn't done. He wasn't done. This guy I recognized late. I didn't recognize him at first, but this is the guy. This YouTuber I'm about to play interviewed Shamar. It was a whole interview about a bunch of stuff, but this was one of the clips. And this is the same guy who interviewed Risa Tisa's ex-husband. So he's interesting. His nonchalant way of interviewing, I find interesting.
Get what? Why he can't say shit? Everybody over here in America, you know they gonna act stupid. One state beating this state, but our states is going back to beat that state. It's like a goddamn. Our soldiers is fighting for the country. How many soldiers that we lost? I wouldn't say 3. Basically what they want to see if we could be independent. To have our own money, work our own jobs, all of it. Who put us here? God did. Because of a simple fact of they got this racist shit going on with white and motherfucking black. Try to tell you. You kind of shocked. Yeah. On my soul.
So that's actually a reel I put out a couple days ago on my Instagram. So I put out a lot of content that I can't get to on our YouTube channel and having our shows out there on our YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So definitely follow me there if you are not, because there's always more happening even outside of our shows here. Let me do. I think I started some questions, but I don't know. Oh, I don't think I mentioned this part. Yes. So he's also Byron Donalds is trying to be he's up for as a potential nominee for vice president to run with Donald Trump. Some of y'all saying that's no snowball's chance in hell that will ever happen. Moving on to our next story, since we're on the track of the deplorables, basically. Deplorables have jobs all over this country. And one of the jobs that deplorables have is door dashing. This is everybody kind of got their little side hustle going in this economy, and a lot of people pick up car ride sharing, Uber and Lyft, and also the various food delivery services, and DoorDash of course is one of them. And the thing that happens with this is because it's open to anyone who basically has a car and an app and a smartphone, that you end up with some people who are the less desirables end up with these jobs, and then they spread their hate and everything on everyone else. Hold on, is that not here? Hold on, let me pull it in. I ain't pull it in. That's odd. Here's our first story here. This is a man who came to deliver food, and he had a message for the owner.
Here's your food, nigger. Calm down, nigger.
Now, why that would be necessary is beyond me. And what would you do in that particular situation? Now, in this situation, I do know, and I forgot to pull it. It's just hitting me now. I forgot to pull it in, but I do know that the driver was reported to the to DoorDash, and they actually issue a letter to the customer, and of course he was terminated from being able to use the service. Poll question, and I'm closing out. Do you use food delivery apps like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, etc.? 69% of you actually do. I quite often hear people saying, I won't use that, especially like Patreon and stuff, and other places. But I'll see, because I order it incessantly. I barely go outside now because I order everything, groceries and food and everything. Poll question I just put out is, have you experienced had an experience with a racist food app delivery driver? So as it pertains to the story we just watched, that DoorDash did respond to the owner, to the customer, and that driver has been suspended from the services. So it was not a situation that was ignored by DoorDash. And again, they don't know who they're hiring until things like this happen, unfortunately. But that's not it. There are other stories. These are the two that I have here tonight, but there are others that I see quite often. So I said I'm gonna start just filing them away for future, content. But here's another story of Ku Klux Karen, who was mad because she had to deliver to a black woman. And she had some words for this black woman.
Where's your shit? Where's your shit, nigga? Come get it. Everybody else got a name, SH. Fuck you.
So that was Ku Klux Karen working her job, and yeah. So they did say also with that one, I didn't do a deep dive, but of course she was also fired, from being able to use the app. Just very interesting to me, the level of hate that exists in this world for like no reason, just because of someone's skin complexion. Like, these are people they're not even really interacting with. Like, and I don't know with her, I don't know if there was some back and forth via the text, because some people bring my stuff and do you have my drink and blah blah blah, and I don't know if something else was happening, but it still was no cause for that. Poll question closing out: have you ever had a racist food app delivery driver? 7% of you have said yes. So this is obviously a thing that is occurring. Thankfully, 93% of you, like myself, have not had that experience. I've had some lazy ones. I've had ones that don't follow instructions, which is frustrating to me. I've had the ones that put the food in front of the door, which is baffling to me. the storm door swings out. Why are you putting the food in front of? Am I the only one? Am I the only one? It grieves me. It happened to me. What's that? The other night. I was like, I can't get to my. One time they had a drink. I had a drink, and so I couldn't even open my door. I had to go out my back door, walk around to the front of the house to grab the food because if I opened the door, I would have knocked the drink over. I was like, what the hell? Hello? Like in front of the door that swings open. In front of the door. Really? I actually have it in my notes. Like, because it's happened before. And, you know, it's something that I was able to slowly push with the door. It wasn't a drink or something. And so I started putting it as a note. Please do not place food in front of the door. Smiley face. Because I'm like, I don't want them to think I'm being a bitch. And please place to the side of the door. Plenty of space. Plenty of space. It's no lack of space. Either side of my door. There's no lack of space. The hell are you putting the food in front of the door for? Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Gets me emotional. Don't play with my food. Don't play with my food. Last story before we go into the second half of the show. It's only an hour. If I just kept it to these trending topics, I'd be in and out of here real quick every day. I don't know. Might need to get rid of this. Oh, sorry. I was trying to get rid of that. Get rid of it. Ku Klux Karen. Get her out of this show. She don't belong here. We don't like your kind over here. Get on out of here. Anyway, y'all got me acting up. Poll question. Oh, let me put this picture up first. Are y'all familiar with Micheal, Rainey? And the poll question going out is, do you watch this? Micheal Rainey from the Power trilogy. You know, it started with the regular Power, but now they're on, what is it, Power Book? I have not watched the new. I still got to finish watching the old Power. Like, I forgot what season I stopped at. I like the show. I just, for some reason, I think a season in and I never came back or something. So I've never watched Power Book because I kind of want to finish the original Power before I watch Power Book. And I'm that kind of person. Do y'all know I just catching up on The Chi? I've been watching all, what is it, going into season 7 now or something? I've been watching all 6 seasons for the past couple months. The Patreon people know about it. I'm a little slow when it comes to the shows. I like to binge watch anyway. I ain't mad at it. Y'all watch right away. You have to watch commercials and wait till the next week to see what happened. That ain't the life I like to live. I'm not patient like that. I want to know right now. When this episode ends and you give me a cliffhanger, I need to know within the next 3 minutes when the next episode starts what was happening. I don't need you. I got too much going on. But you have me waiting, anticipating what's going on. Anyway, the Micheal Rainey has recently had a situation that he had to speak out about, where he was actually essayed and groped by a fan. And it was a situation that was very uncomfortable to watch. A trigger warning, if this is something, I mean, it's not, no nudity or anything, but could be triggering for some of you. So just know this is the actual incident. So if you're sensitive to that, turn away for, all of like a minute or two.
Nothing. Yeah, I literally have 5 minutes of max in here. Then y'all gotta get out, okay?
5 minutes? You know how much 5 minutes is?
Okay.
Instagram.
Yeah. They've never worked. You gotta think. They've never worked a job, but they go. Oh wait, anybody need water? No, we good, bro.
Now, paper towels for them.
Paper towels. Shut the fuck up. Chat, word of my mother, I'm trying to literally ignore this shit, but I'm getting texts. The energy shifted and niggas just got up and left. Like, all that shit really made me, all those side of that shit really made me feel away. Because when people come, this is your crib. It's about hospitality. That means everything. Stop telling me to ignore it, because when I was trying to ignore it, y'all dick riders was spamming it. That shit really got me really feeling away because, bro, I be around celebrities all day. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even when I first started being my first few celebrities, don't get me wrong, I do unusual shit. No homo. Like, nothing crazy. Like, I'll be like, yo, like, I'll be trying to record, get a video, a picture, whatever. But due time, you feel what I'm saying? That shit don't really mean nothing to you. We all equal, we all the same. But she never seen somebody that caliber, so she start, you feel what I'm saying? And that's my sister, so, like, I'm not gonna say nothing bad about her. I'm gonna just check her and tell her, like, you don't gotta be on it. We all the same, we all human. If he's here for me, he's here for you. Family Sunday dinner shit every Sunday. You feel what I'm saying? I got people telling me, you gotta be aware who you have around when these type of people come. Why should I? We all equal. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna be, we all got a mutual agreement and it's about respect. Shit got me dumb mad, bro. Like, yo, chat, nothing ever got me more mad than this, bro.
So I was not familiar with this Taylor Liv guy at all before this. I'm still not, honestly. I'm still not. But there's an article that explains a little bit more what's happening there. It says Power star Michael Rainey Jr. is speaking out after he was seemingly groped during a live stream event over the weekend. Says at this point, everyone has seen the video circulating online. Rainey 23 wrote on his Instagram stories on Monday. On today. He says, I'm still in shock and don't fully know how to process what happened last night. This is an unfortunate situation that I do not condone in any way. I can't take it lightly because I know I would be in serious trouble if the roles were reversed. In the clip from Sunday, June 9th, the episode of the Lil Talil show, the actor can be seen making an uncomfortable facial expression when approached and seemingly inappropriately touched by an individual. The fact is, SA is never okay, regardless of gender or status, Rainey continued in his statement. We're all human and we should respect each other. Most importantly, we should always respect ourselves. Hours before Rainey spoke out, the host, Talil James, apologized for the unacceptable moment and alleged a family member was responsible for the incident. Well, he said a sister. After the actions that occurred during my live stream last night, he was quoted saying, I would like to sincerely apologize to Michael and his family for what took place. James 24 wrote on his Instagram stories on Monday. My little sister was completely wrong and out of line. She was very inappropriate and unacceptable. I'm truly embarrassed and disgusted by her action. I feel like she's the one that needs to be apologizing. I mean, he can take responsibility for not controlling the environment per se, but he didn't touch him inappropriately. He didn't grope him. Says, while it's unclear whether Rainey will be taking any additional actions, James said he can completely respect whatever direction his guest wants to go in the situation. It's just very, anyway, let me finish. After watching the clip, he says, I was completely taken back by what she done, James continued. I will take extreme precautions in future streams to avoid similar issues and have banned her from participating in future streams. I do not condone any type of assault. And then during the stream, they said James appeared to address the situation after he received texts from the viewers. He's also confirmed that Rainey got up and left as soon after the energy shifted. That's crazy. I mean, I didn't get a chance to like really study this or dig too deep, but she didn't seem to be that old. So I don't know. I got so many questions. Let me close out this poll. Do you or did you watch the Power trilogy? Only 31% of you actually did. 69% of you say you did not. Poll question though related to the story. I was just wondering out loud, do you think that young girls or young women are more aggressive with males now? Or is it like it always has been? Some of you are more seasoned than others. Is this how it's always been? Or are the girls a little bit like, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Is this Salt and Pepper? Do we blame Salt and Pepper and TLC and whatever other groups and 2 Live Crew? Do we blame them for the shift in the way the girls are expressed? Lil' Kim, I mean, we can go to list and go on and on and on. Is it a cultural shift, or has this always been a thing and it's just that we got cameras everywhere, everybody got smartphones and all of that? Because I was like, that girl looked kind of young, and for her to attack a grown man on a live stream in front of this dude, obviously got hundreds of thousands of followers, at least, if not millions. I don't know him. It's also interesting that he literally is doing this thing in a seedy looking bedroom. It looked like a dingy bedroom. It ain't even fancy looking. Where your neon lights or something, the LED lights. But anyway, he's doing it in seemingly a dingy bedroom. But he's obviously popular enough that he's getting celebrities and talking about how his lifestyle is full of celebrities. But then he got a bunch of little girls there, children, adolescents, and it's just chaos. There's a lot going on. And then this girl on camera, even around the kids, around the babies, groping on a grown man. What's her problem? What's wrong with her? What happened to her? It just seems like it's different now to me. My thing would be, yes, the girls. I ain't saying we ain't had no fast girls when I was growing up. Yes, there was some fast girls. There's always been fast girls. All time periods of life got the fast girls, but these girls now a little dangerous. They assaulters. This is a little different. That's assault. She ain't whispering in his ear and say, "Hey, can I touch your drunk?" She got her hand down there, like, "Come with me." What? Lord, between Trump and this, I don't know, y'all. Ain't much hope. I'm gonna have to use my glasses for this now. My eyes straining too much. I think girls are feeling more empowered and feel like it's okay to act like a guy. Yeah, you know what? It's funny you say that. You want to envy me, I guess? Y'all in some of these names. Once you figure it out, it's cool, but it's like the initial time is like, huh? What is this? You want to envy me. I watched, I think we talked about it over, can't remember if it was before or after the actual documentary, but the Freaknik documentary. I think I talked to y'all about after I watched it. But one of the things they said on there was part of the wildness of it and how it became wild was that the women felt more empowered to express themselves and not have to be, so dainty. If they wanted it, hey, come on. I want you. You want me. Let's go. And they weren't shamed, weren't put to shame for it, etc. Whereas, that was at literally my era. Well, no, I was at the tail end of it. Because 94, they said, was the biggest year in Freaknik. Like, it was the epitome of it, and it kind of plateaued that year. And that was literally the year I graduated high school. But anyway, that was somewhat of my generation. And I can say that my generation was still shaming girls and women for being promiscuous, or just, hey, if they want it, they get it. It was happening. If they wanted, they were getting it. But they were also, being shamed and stuff as well. I think there's a delicate balance, to be honest. I think there should be a delicate balance. I think women should be empowered to be able to get what they want when they want it, but and should not have to be shamed like the men aren't. But also, they shouldn't be aggressive like some of these crazy ass men are either. That I think we got to find the balance. That's crazy. It's the time we're living in now. Yeah, I guess so. Because she literally assaulted this man on camera. And she needs to be apologizing. Maybe she did behind the scenes. I don't know though. She did that publicly. She needs to apologize publicly. That's how I feel. It was terrible. All those people in the room, and she didn't care. She saw. Yes, that's the boldness of it. I think that's more of what that's baffling to me than anything, is not only all those dudes in the room, even for her being that freaky in front of all those dudes, that's not safe. That's not safe. But also the fact that it's kids, little babies around right there. She right behind the babies doing that stuff. And then on top of that, it's the camera has tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people looking. Probably tens of thousands of people looking. Craziness. Say they have more access to the P word. I think that has something to that could possibly. I think the technology piece of it, for sure, is a part of it. Fast, aka Hot Around the Hills. I never heard the Hot Around the Hills one. Hot Around the Hills. Fast, Smelling Yourself. What's some of the other ones, y'all? Fast, Smelling Yourself. Too Hot for Your Britches. That's real old. That's real old. That's real old. Difference is a few years ago, boys thought it was cool to be treated like that. Oh, okay. I don't remember that time, but okay. I mean, I know. Okay, I don't know if I remember a time when guys in general, I think guys who were hot in the pants, in general, just would be cool with that. But I don't know if it was a trend per se. At least in my mind, as a guy, I don't really remember that trend. Unless you're talking about the Freaknik days, but I still looked at it as being a little different. The men were typically, but the majority of it were men who were the aggressors in the Freaknik era. But there were some women who were also. They are inundated with constant images 24/7. Yeah, I can agree with that 100%. 100%. Yes, please hit that like button if you haven't as of yet. We got 206 viewing. We got 141 likes. Please hit that like button. It is free to you, but it is invaluable to me and the growth of my platforms. So it's greatly appreciated in advance. There has been fast girls, but now they are more aggressive. Yeah, I can see that. And I think because they don't have to necessarily be shamed, or they aren't, I should say, necessarily shamed. And then you got the what's her name? Somebody Red. Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion. But the red one, whatever her name is, she Pound Town. It's like it's getting I don't know. We had Lil' Kim, we had Foxy Brown, we had Trina, we had a lot of I'm trying to think in my head. I can't think of everybody at once, but we had our people. But Sexy Red, thank you, Miss FedEx. Sexy Red, it still seems different. I don't know. Am I getting old? Is it because I'm getting old? Is that what it is? Because it just feels different. It feels different. I don't know why. I can't quite put my finger on it. A lot of the babies was created through Freaknik. Is that what you're saying, Sexy Trini? You see all the girls and women now not wanting to be associated with Freaknik. Now that but the documentary was pretty well done, and it wasn't necessarily, just outing a bunch of people. Thank you for that reminder, Alice. Says, "Woo, Freaknik, I was there in the midst of it all." Yeah, I was kind of, even by the time I had the option to go in 1994. We were planning to go. It just didn't happen. But I also was a little nervous about it because I had by that time heard how wild it was. Don't grope me in public and apologize privately. Exactly. That's how I feel. I lived in Atlanta and was in college during the height of the Freaknik 91 to 95. Out of control. Even the documentary does show that it started out being very innocent. I guess like with most things, it gets like that. Welcome to the Telegram group, not Miss RN Smith. You're gonna love it over there, friend. We're having a ball, and I'll get you up to speed with the different groups and stuff. You'll get the hang of it in a couple days, but it's amazing over there. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our first half of our show. For the second half, we are, like I said, we're just going to do a little retrospective on the Bali situation. If you have any questions related, it's going to be real freeform, y'all. Like, I ain't even really got no notes over here, to be honest. I could talk off the cuff with this stuff. Y'all already know that. Let me close out this poll question. Do you think that young girls/women are more aggressive with the males now? 84% of y'all say yes. 16% of you say no, they always been hot in pants. Too hot for their britches. We just seeing it because the cameras are around. Okay. That's definitely right. Kaya, I see Kaya is one of the is that women's lib? That's not quite women's lib, is it? Women's liberation? Is that? I guess this was a segment of women's liberation, was to get to this place where women could be free sexually and not have to act like they weren't into it as much as men, or as horny as men are, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to play a quick commercial, get my mind right a little bit, and take a swig of water, restroom break, all that good stuff. And I'll be right back. I was trying to see which trailer I'm playing. I'll be right back, y'all.
With my eyes closed, it's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like chemo. And give a F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Trying to earn 8 stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took that route, that seen it. And I'm so outspoken like Reason. Jimmy Neutron, boy, Young G's. And I'm a self-made man.
I actually interviewed Darius Crooks on my radio show. I've been 5 or 6 years ago before he blew up on social media. And Justice was just articulated. He actually went on Periscope Live during the radio show and did his own show in the studio during the show that he was supposed to be on. But he's a narcissistic individual. And because of that, he's had many of these run-ins. I think there was a scandal a few years ago where he was doing fake credit repair for people and got sued. His restaurant got closed down, those sorts of things. And so he maintains these online scams, preying on the hearts and minds of his followers. And even just articulated after our show, because we tend to ridicule people when they act up on our show. He actually went on Periscope Live to talk about me and our producer and some of the other guests after the show. So this has been going on for a long period of time. Now, legally, when somebody talks about you online, that's just talk. But once they get into this place of making threats, either violence, threatening to release personal information, well, that's where you can actually file a criminal report against this individual. And if they do release improper or censored information, personal information that is privileged, that absolutely you can report that to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations or to the Federal Bureau of Investigations for them to look into it, particularly if you have multiple individuals who are involved in this.
All right, I'm back. I'm like, how did I get on the screen? I must accidentally press that. So we are back, and we are doing basically an overview retrospective on Bali. This won't be a real long segment because we have talked about this topic a multitude of times. We have done deep dives. We have showed videos. We've showed receipts and all sort of things. But I still see questions like, what's happened with Bali? He left Bali and I guess he ain't going back to Bali, all that stuff. And it's like, no. Just so you're clear, let me even make sure. Oh, this is good. Looking at this poll so far. Oh, it's not a ton of votes though. Looking at the poll so far, 93% of you at least do know that Darius Crooks is on the run and heading to Bali under the guise of building a business, a restaurant business there. This whole adventure started January of this year. It started with Darius Crooks was in Bali on a vacation, his first time ever in Bali. He went there and he loved it. He loved it. He went there with Corey, his videographer at the time, not bartender Corey, but his videographer Corey, who is no longer with him. Like most of his employees are no longer with him. And Corey wasn't an employee either, even though he portrayed it that way for clicks and views and on the camera to his DHAGs. Corey was an independent contractor. He was not an employee. He was a business person contracted by Darius Crooks, fee-for-service situation. Also, all that bragging that Darius Crooks was doing about, providing these flights here or there, all across the country for Corey, his videographer, pretending as if he's rich. And so he's spending so much money. He admitted that Corey was flying for free all that time because he was using his points, his mile points, to get Corey around. So, not saying you can't use your mile points, but what he was, and he always tells on himself later down the line. Like if you listen long enough, he tells on himself. So, not that that's a problem. I mean, that's the smart thing to do. But during the time when Corey was employed by him, he was acting as if he was paying Corey this exorbitant amount of money. Acting like he was near a six-figure earner, and then all these expenses paid. But it's like, dude, you use the points, and it's fine, but you're acting like you really balling out of control and taking care of this dude. Anyway, so they go there on vacation. It's Corey. It's Darius Crooks, one of his best friends, a female friend, Valencia, because we know Crystal is on the outs. Never to be seen. No, I ain't gonna say she may be around, but she ain't what she used to be to him. But anyway, they went there. They went to a cooking class that his friend Kendria, had scheduled for them in Bali. And during the cooking class, they had a field trip to a store, to like the local markets, and they ended up in the car with who we now know of as Tommy, who was also the instructor for that cooking class. They end up in the car with him. Somehow the conversation gravitates towards the restaurant business in Bali. Fast forward, within a day, Darius Crooks has committed to becoming a business partner with Tommy. They looking for land for him to build a restaurant on. And he is signing a business contract construction paper, contract with Tommy. They found the land supposedly. We get into all the lies that Darius Crooks was caught in. Some of these I don't even know if he knew were lies originally. I think it's his lack of due diligence that made him fall into some of these situations that turned out to be lies. But anyway, Darius Crooks finds that he and Tommy find land there for him to lease, to build on, because you have to be from Bali in order to build on land, or you have to have a business. Like it's a more complicated situation. You can own land in Bali and not be from Bali. It's just a way more complicated situation, and it has to be through a business. He will say you just can't own land in Bali if you're not from there. That's not entirely true. Anyway, they find this land. Come to find out that they go to the people who own the land. Darius Crooks says it's the chief of police in Bali, because everything's supposed to be, God is aligning everything. And so he says it's the chief of police. And he shows this picture. And he says, yes, on the end is the guy who owns the land. I think this other guy's supposed to be the architect. And then you got Tommy and Darius Crooks. So then it's like people started looking up. Who's the chief of police? Because that guy looked really young. And this is the chief of police. Looks nothing like this guy in this picture. This was the original post. Darius Crooks says, Lord, I ain't gonna be able to read that. See if I can read it. I can read it. Says, from left to right, the landowner, the architect and construction company. Now he's talking about he's sourcing and looking for a construction company. I thought you had the architect and construction company in one already. Again, she just be saying stuff. My local business partner and me, the investor. Here's a fun fact. In Bali, only locals can buy land. Not entirely true, but she didn't educate herself first. Remember, this here is her first time in Bali ever. She is on vacation and now getting into a business deal. A 25-year business deal with strangers. Everyone else has to lease the land. They do 25-year leases. We negotiated $1,000 per month for the land to build both my American-style home and my new restaurant. It's so funny when she say American-style home. This sounds ridiculous. It will cost at most a whopping $100K. Oh, don't get me acting up already, y'all. Did you hear me? We heard you. And right away when I read this, however long ago, this was January 20th, I said, she's an idiot. It's not true. I told y'all go back to my old videos on this. Go back to them. I told y'all it was going to cost her more than $100K. I told y'all it was going to be more than her next number, she started saying. I was right. To build both my American-style home and my new restaurant, it will cost at most, she's an idiot, a whopping $100K. Did you hear me? A business and a house for $100K? In the States, that's damn near the cost of your down payment. Yeah, Bali me, please. So, fast forward, within his next visit there, which was, I don't know, a month or so later, month and a half, 2 months later, maybe, he's saying the cost has increased to, I think it was 150,000. I think it had increased to 150, maybe 200. I can't remember. And I was like, yeah, there's still going to be more, because anytime you're building something from the ground up, anytime you're building construction from the ground up, houses, etc., especially you talking about a house and a business, there are going to be costs that were incorrectly estimated, wasn't thought of, issues that no one predicted, etc. It's always going to cost you more. Always going to cost you more. So, anyway, now I forgot the exact amount because I haven't updated myself on the most recent pieces, but I think she's talking somewhere around 300,000. And it's just for the restaurant. She had to take the house out of the equation, because now what she will say She said it was too much money to build the house, too much money to waste on building a house to have it only sit there for 2 years to tear it down. Because she says that the restaurant is going to be, when I say she, that's Darius Crooks, just for those of you who get confused. I can't help myself. It's a stunt queen. We define them in our gay world as a she. She's a stunt queen. So she then started saying that the reason she is now taking her house off of the plans, it's just going to be a restaurant, because the original plan was they want to build a restaurant and the house, and within 2 years, the restaurant is going to be so successful that they were going to tear down the house and expand the restaurant. What sense that make? You're going to build a house from the ground up to tear it down in 2 years? What? That don't even sound right. So anyway, that's the excuse she used. But now, even without the house, she was mentioning somewhere around 300. I got to get up to date with it, but it's something like that. Something like that. Craziness. Then I got some clips. What did I go through? Then we got all the some of them off the top of my head, y'all. Some of the lies she told that just showed that she was not as informed as she thought she was. Not to mention this old construction paper contract. There was no crime in Bali, she said. Let me see if I can find these clips real quick. I'm gonna show you the clip of when she first met Tommy, and you knew, oh, she's enamored with Tommy. Because one of the things that drew her to Tommy was that Tommy, Tommy's personality. Tommy make you think he black, even though he not. And Crooks got wrapped up in that. She was loving it. She like, ooh, Tommy, you so urban. Hold on. Good Lord, I know I pulled this in here. Hold on, my eyes are losing it. Oh, here it is. It was way at the bottom. Like I literally skipped over it twice. Be ready for cool. So this is one of I forgot, y'all. Somebody told me in the chat the last time I played this. This is actually one of my absolute favorite clips. It just really is from Bali. This is actually absolutely one of my favorite. So this is Darius Crooks hanging out with Tommy in Bali. He's all impressed. Tommy's he's getting love bombed by Tommy, and he like Tommy's grooving and Darius Crooks is recording it. Because there's music playing, I gotta mute and like stop it here and there. But you'll get the point. And the game. You wanna get out? What you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me, baby, how much you gonna do? You wanna get down? You wanna get down? You wanna get what? Say, get down on it. 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 To him, baby. And then there's, how do you know this? Are you really wanna dance? By staring on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. Tell me,
why do you even know this? Why do you know this?
Why do you even know this? This is one of my favorite. I'm probably gonna have. If it wasn't for the music, I would add this to our to our intro. But the music is the copyright part of it. So that was getting Crooks moist. I was like, oh, she falling. She falling hard. Now, some y'all saying, she into Tommy in a romantic way. It's not quite romantic. It's like brother husband level. But she was feeling it though. She definitely. So there's been quite a bit of that. Darius Crooks bragging on Tommy, love bombing. This is When Darius Crooks is infatuated with you in the very beginning, this is how he acts. I know this. I experienced this with him, many decades ago, where I was the best thing since sliced bread until I wasn't. Until I wasn't. And it'll happen with it will definitely happen with I didn't pull the zero crime one, did I? Let me take a chance. I hope this thing ain't gonna be too slow. Let me see. Zero crime. I know it's in my files. Here we go. Look at that. Look at the computer working with us.
Other thing I think is crazy is that
so this, and the value might be a little lower on this one. So the other thing, Darius Crooks, again, he didn't rush there to Bali. He didn't rush into this business deal. He's got the D-haggers. Listen, they asking him all kind of, what about the crime there? It's zero crime. Like he an expert on Bali. Meanwhile, he ain't been there 3 days. And well, ain't been there over a month for sure at that point. Now he spent a total of a month and maybe 2 weeks in Bali and is fully invested for 25 years and still misinformed about stuff that's happening in Bali and what he's jumping into. But anyway, this is the moment where I think when he first started talking about how great Bali was and how much better it is than America and how they have zero crime.
There's zero crime. This man, Tommy, has had, I don't know, what's equivalent to like a couple $100 US sitting in his cup holder in his car for the last couple days. He gets out of his car. He does not lock the car. He does not roll the window up. What's up, Don? He doesn't do any of that. And in fact, as we drove and saw all the scooters I showed you guys, all the scooters, their keys are in the scooters. They don't take their keys out of the scooter. They literally park the scooter in front of the store, park the scooter somewhere. They leave all their keys in the scooter. You can literally walk up to the scooter, turn the ignition, and drive off. Nobody steals. Nobody steals. They don't lock their front doors.
Nobody steals. They don't lock their front doors.
Some people don't even have keys to get in their house. Literally, it's a very different way of living. It's a very, very different way of living. Like no one steals, no one does, like there's no crime. There's zero crime. Zero crime.
Zero crime, Darius Crooks said. Zero crime, with emphasis. Then I pulled up the statistics. Yeah, they are here. I'm not going to go over them for sure. There's crime in Bali. I mean, y'all know this. Y'all got common sense. Y'all already knew this. But anyway, I did this before. I've done this like 2-3 times. I ain't finna do it tonight. We're just doing a quick little overview. So I did read the crime statistics. Corruption is the highest. I think it was near 70%. I can't even read what's on my screen. Nah, on my monitor, it just went down. Almost. Yes, corruption. 70-something%, almost 80%. I'm put a poll question out in a second when I play the next clip to ask y'all if y'all think that Tommy is still gonna scam Crooks like he doing long grift. I'm still not sure, y'all. I'm still not sure. I'm just not. Because it seemed, I don't know, unless he's just real good. Seemed like Tommy looked gullible, but I'm not sure. Seemed like he not, but then just his actions with this whole process seem like he is. So that's why I'm like, I don't know, y'all. I can't call it. Hold on. Let me go back to my videos. I went off. So then I'm going to just play these in order of what I have, not necessarily in order of. I see a lot of y'all saying no sweet potatoes. Let me go and play that for y'all. I got that clip already primed right here.
They ain't got, sis, they don't have sweet potatoes over here. They don't have sweet potatoes over there. That's American stuff. They don't have that. What's up, Kendria? They don't have sweet potatoes. Eating like that, you're about to be a pencil. I know it's so good, though. I can't stop eating it. This is how I like to eat. I can eat this kind of salad every day, all day. If you said, what's your favorite food? It's something like this. I don't need, because that other stuff be so heavy in your stomach. By the time you eat a wing, you be way down. You eat this, girl, you could soar like an eagle, child, go out these stairs and float on. Okay, wherever you got to go. Do they have purple Japanese sweet potato? Girl. They do not have sweet potatoes. I don't care what color. White, purple, orange, yellow, black, white, you gray. They do not have sweet potatoes here. Okay? They don't have.
Here's where you can get sweet potatoes in Bali. You can get them from Bali Direct, and they do have them in their local supermarkets as well. Then there's a clip. I don't know if I have it here or not. I just pulled in like some random Bali clips. I do like a full behind the scenes production on this piece of it. But however, there is a video of him asking Tommy in the car, do y'all have sweet potatoes? And Tommy's like, oh yeah, we got them, like the orange ones. She just be saying stuff. That's why I be trying to get the flying monkeys and some of the people just don't know no better to understand that she just be saying stuff. You cannot believe her. She's a pathological liar. Sometimes it's just like she's a know-it-all, and that's more of one of those know-it-all situations where she just gonna say things that she thinks because she a know-it-all as fact. Because maybe she ain't seen no sweet potatoes in the couple supermarkets she had gone to or something. Or just because she thinks she just smarter, smartest person in the room. And then most of the time, she is lying on purpose. She know better, but she lying and she gaslighting to create her narrative. Just depends. Not poll question, but let me pull it over here because I can't see it. Question is, why would Tommy commit to do all of this work for only 10% of the profits? I don't understand that part. So Spider-Man, here it is. So I got it for you. You here on a good day where I get to take my time and help y'all understand all the nuances of this stuff. So Tommy does restaurant consulting work in Bali. He's helped to open multiple restaurants. He even tried to open his own restaurant in 2020, if I'm not mistaken, 2020, 2021. And unfortunately, it didn't succeed, and he had to close his restaurant. It went out of business. Tommy normally gets paid a fee for doing that sort of work. And so he has done that for other restaurants, and they pay him a flat fee. So when it came to Darius Crooks, and Darius Crooks saying, I'm a millionaire influencer in America, and ain't nobody as rich as me, and all them haters, I'm coming over here to get away from the haters because ain't nothing they can do over here. What they'll be gonna talk about when I'm in Bali? You being in Bali. Duh. Still got content for Bali. Still ain't even got through all of it. Anyway, so Darius Crooks is over there, and Tommy says, so you can pay me like a flat fee, or you can pay me like a salary of sorts, and I can, help do this thing, or I can get a percentage of the business, etc. So Darius Crooks decides, because in Darius Crooks' mind, he says, oh, we're going to be doing so much more business than this. I'm going to give you a percentage of the business. So when you look at it like that, the way that it's supposed to go, meaning Tommy should only be helping the logistics of the business to get it going, then the 10% doesn't sound as crazy. Now, what Darius Crooks says, because I was saying that, well, Tommy ain't gonna never see that 10% when this restaurant get going, if it ever get going. What Darius Crooks said on one of his live streams is that he's actually already been paying Tommy a salary of sorts. Like he's paying him, I don't know, I forgot the frequency, but he did say, I don't know if it's monthly or bi-weekly or something. He's paying Tommy a salary of sorts for the work he's doing now. Tommy was there, and Tommy did not seem to be in disagreement, so I'm assuming that must be true. But sometimes people be rolling with Darius Crooks and he lying right on, to his followers, and they just go along with it, even though they know it's a lie. But I don't, in this particular situation, I think it might be true. But again, he didn't say how much he paying them, though. Didn't say how much. Tommy acts like how he thinks black people are right. And then Darius Crooks just adds to it by every stereotype out there acting like that's true about black people as a monolith. Like, all of us act this way. All of us do this. All of us like mac and cheese. All of us eat greens. All of us like, girl. American style home in a whole other country. Right, exactly. Yeah, Val, you told us this was gonna be more money. Right, yes, the house. Absolutely. The build out period. It's gonna be so much more than he expected. So much more. And I believe they're gonna get him as well. Like, Tommy even had for him to say there's zero crime and even in the earlier lives before he really even signed the contract and stuff, and he was like, see, they're over here, they're Christian. No, not Christians. Are they Buddhist? I forgot. But they're people who believe in peace, and they don't do scams and this and that and this and that. But then Tommy, during these negotiations, like, no, you stay back, don't go with me, because if you go with me, they're gonna try to charge more money. Well, that all of a sudden don't sound like these people are as honorable as you and Tommy tried to portray in the beginning. I mean, common sense told us this. We knew this. I'm just going with their narrative and then dissecting it. It is the scammer getting got by a fake contract in his body. I mean, we don't know this yet. So right now, the plans have been done, allegedly. That's what Crooks is saying. And they are now shopping for contractors. I haven't been following and paying attention that closely. I know they say he was talking about Bali the other day. I didn't see it, so I don't know. I don't know if I got that recorded. So I don't know the update on that piece of it. I just know that they were looking for contractors. And so, yeah, and I think that's in part how he knew that the cost had gone up to $300,000. And that was some of the back and forth with the, all of a sudden the house was a no-go. Because the restaurant is going to be so successful, he's tearing down the house in 2 years. That don't even make sense. And they just be, that makes sense. Yeah, why would you build a house only for 2 years and the restaurant gonna be so successful in 6 months? You're gonna have to tear that new house down. Like, what? He is going to wish he never went to Bali and not Tommy. I'm calling a catastrophe. Yeah. Tommy and his crew are going to have a nice future off of D-Hag's money. Yeah, I mean, it's. I can't wait to see the end. I can't wait to see the end. They'll put on your glasses. I'm trying without them. The glasses are irritating. They're feeling heavier and heavier. They're just irritating. He was acting so smitten with Tommy, then got mad when one of the hags asked if they were dating. Yeah, I mean, he's been asked multiple times, like multiple times. I hear it. I can't even count to tell you how many times I've heard people ask him. He's gotten to the point now he's starting to insult Tommy a little bit. Like, what would I look like dating some 4-foot Indonesian man? It's giving rush hour. Okay, I'm too far behind on the chat. Okay, so let me see what other clip I got. I got a ton of them over here. Let's see. I'm just probably just play them in order that they're here so I don't get all lost. Oh, this is another good one. So this is Darius Crooks.
He knows everybody. So
this is Darius Crooks. This is him and Tommy on their first outing, their first date, as I was calling it. This is after Darius Crooks had his vacation there, signed a contract. Darius Crooks came back to the States for, I think, a month or so. Then he returned to Bali for the month of April. For an entire month, he stayed there. And while he was there, he and Tommy went out. Well, they went out a few times, but this was an occasion where they went out to some restaurants, etc. And Tommy was showing him around. And this is Darius Crooks on his live, talking about how impressed he is with how many people Tommy knows. This also tells me that Tommy could be setting him up with all these people he know. Tommy know all these people. You don't know not damn one of them, nor do you speak the language. Don't sound like a safe move to me. But go in, let have.
on this restaurant. We didn't even have plans to come here. We came here. He knows the head chef, and he knows one of the sous chefs working in the restaurant, okay? He knows everybody. So he was like, I said, well, you think any of them are going to want to leave where they work to come work for you? And he was like, of course. And so I said, okay. I said, what they going to want? So he said, probably 15 million rupees, which is more than what they make here. 15 million rupees per month is $900 per month. Done. Okay? Now, you know, the company is 90% mine. But I'm not going to make no decision without Tommy because he know what's going on. The man said, $15. Done. So I don't think we're going to have no problem finding real talent out here. He is definitely the plug. They called you the plug. The plug. The plug. I've been trying to school him all day. Keisha, what's up, girl? I've been trying to school him all day on black culture, black music. We got a lot of work to do. When I first met him, I thought he was 100% black. He not.
This is the only thing I'm gonna hate about him returning to Bali is this inane comparison to blackness, Tommy, and I don't know, is it Balinesian people? It's so mind numbing, and it comes out every conversation he has around Tommy or about Tommy. This comes up.
He never had cornbread. He never had biscuits. He never had smothered chicken. He never had smothered cabbage. He never had watermelon chow chow. You have fried pork chops?
I do.
Southern fried pork chops?
Fried pork chops.
With the batter on them? He never had fried pork chops.
Different types.
He never had fried pork chops. He never had candy yams.
Thank you for this one, friend. Tommy don't drink. I wish I could find that. Let me see if I can find that one. Oh my God, if I can find that. That is hilarious. I'm trying to think, did I narrate that or did I also clip it? I think I clipped it together. Thank you for that reminder, friend.
Never had real macaroni and cheese. Not Kraft, not stuff on the counter, 100% bake. He said, you bake it? He said, nope, not black. She said, your whole life finna change. His whole life. They said, what? You gotta get him right, D. I got him. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna take good care of him. He know that. They said you in for a real treat. I hope he likes it. I'm gonna make the biscuits. I'm gonna do it all Sunday morning. She has Rolaids. He don't need that. What about Kool-Aid? He never had real Kool-Aid. He never had real Kool-Aid. And you know, I went to HEB before I left. I got tropical punch, cherry, grape, orange, lemonade, strawberry, and pineapple. He talking about some, we have sugar. They don't sell granulated sugar here. You know, the refined sugar, they don't have that. Oh. Yes, you can take it. No, I'm good, thank you. Peach cobbler, you never had peach cobbler?
No.
Oh, Lord. Oh, y'all, let me find some peaches for the band, okay? He never had peach cobbler. Lord have mercy.
Give me some red drink.
We don't even call it red drink. He don't know about peach cobbler, y'all. What does he eat? Balinesian food? Nasi goreng? Mie goreng?
Yes, sir.
Stuff you don't know about? He not hood raised? No, he not raised in the hood, doc. He not in love. He not being raised. They said, poor baby.
Mama Karen, come get your other son over here, okay? You're gonna have a lot of mothers too. A lot of mothers, a lot of aunties. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm already show 17.
Okay, that's enough of him love bombing. I don't think this is just showing that Tommy is drinking, but this isn't the mashup that I created. I don't know what I titled it, or if I'm sure I titled it, but I can't find it. But yes, that was one of Darius Crooks, like, Tommy don't drink. And and then I do a little quick little investigative reporting, and then find this on Tommy's Instagram, and it's not like his page was locked. I ain't had to do no hunting. This was like in broad daylight. Tommy not only drinking. That's him eating. Hold up. I'm gonna mute it. Not only Tommy, I think he drank first. Did he drink first? Not only Tommy drinking, there's his drink. Let's take it too long.
Chalak bawang. If y'all don't know what chalak bawang is, feel free to Google it up or ask some of these people. They got smacked. This hella funny right here because my old friend.
So that's him hanging out. But not only did he drink, but Tommy.
Disaster, because I actually asked the permission of bartender. I'm actually learning how to make a proper latte.
So he gets behind the bar. Mind you, he doesn't work at this restaurant. He's asked these people if he could get behind the bar and make drinks. He made, yes, that's a latte. But then later on, Tommy is back there making alcoholic drinks as well. I don't know, y'all. It's got to be up in here somewhere. Y'all seen this before. If you haven't seen it, you got to go back to my other video. Here we go. That's him drinking. And that by the evening, I think that was his third or fourth drink. But again, we did this before. We got to revisit all that. Let's see what other video clips we got handy. This today videos. Oh, what about him fangirling over Avery Sunshine? This Darius Crooks fangirling because Avery Sunshine's music is played. He hears it at the restaurant over the loudspeaker in the restaurant, because her music should not be international, because her music cannot transcend and go through the internet like all other music does today.
Favorite artist is playing. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
She is so dramatic.
My gosh. Why is Avery Sunshine playing in Indonesia? Who knows about Avery Sunshine here? Oh my God. Why is Avery Sunshine playing? Why is Avery Sunshine playing in Indonesia? I gotta text her. Oh my God.
That's how I felt when I saw that. Oh my God. Like, it's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. She is so ridiculous. Let's see what other clip I got. I'm just playing some random clips. Then we're gonna get out. Wait, what time is it? Where we at? I'll give y'all like 10, 15 more minutes. That's all I got in me tonight. Especially if y'all want to keep seeing me this week. Let me see what else we got. Let me see. I'm gonna play like maybe 2 more. Let me try to get some good ones. Oh, this is good. Is this a long one or a short one? Ooh, this is also a good one. Remember, I think I'm gonna do this one first. That's 2 of them. Oh, okay, we got slow motion one. How many of y'all remember this? Darius Crooks getting caught using the Skinny app. Now he addressing this. Now he wouldn't address that mugshot for 13 days, but he started addressing this the allegations against him with using the Skinny app that many of us didn't even know existed on his live streams and on his photos. There's a whole setting in the iPhones in CapCut, I think somebody was saying, in the Telegram app, that Darius is using kind of like a permanent filter that even when he takes pictures, it makes things skinnier. Because like you'll see him in one video in a situation and you see his gut and you see the muffin top, you see all the wasted mommy makeovers in action. And then another one, you see where it's like, oh, I can see that he carved off 200 pounds off his body. It's never adding up. And then on top of that, people have shown like the pictures that he have and then show how he like didn't do the best work with Photoshopping and stuff like that. So this was literally him getting caught up because the Skinny Filter app was glitching during this live stream and taking his face from normal size, his normal, like, Scam Pa size to Scam Uncle size. There's no sound here, I don't think. And you just see it. You see it? They got it in slow motion on purpose right here. It does a couple more times. See it? I think it does it another time. I'll play it again because it's a short clip. Play it one more time. So you literally see it. It's mostly in his cheeks and stuff. You can see it where it's glitch. You see how his face, the whole face. That ain't no like just service disruption. That's an app glitching. And it's making him smaller. Look at that, thinning him out. And then he's still talking about people lying. Still talking about people lying. Again, she'll lie about the most inane things. Okay, let's see what else. These are all Bali clips. For those of you who aren't up on what was happening in Bali, this is all the stuff we were talking about in Bali. We're just doing a quick little just review of some of the clips and stuff I had from some of our epic lives. So you want to just go back, and many of them are titled something with Bali in it. In our Surviving Darius Crooks playlist. Do I want to do that one yet? It was another one. Then we got him out with this is him getting mad. This is one of my favorite ones too. I think I'm gonna add one. I might add this to the opening because I am gonna update the opening soon. I've been kind of playing around with some ideas. So this is Darius Crooks still in Bali. He's doing one of his IG lives, the IG lives cooking, where he's selling his dildos and crock pots. And literally, some of y'all think I'll be joking when I say that, but literally he's selling dildos and crock pots with, other accessories. Because he's now advertising his Be a Snack adult toy line now. Consistently with food as he's cooking. He's also talking about vibrators that are on sale, 70% off. Anyway, he was on this live. He's irritated because for some reason she thinks that when she goes away, escapes to Bali, She's escaped from Chicago. She escaped from New York. She escaped from Atlanta. Now she's about to escape from Houston. She said that she was only going to be in Bali about 40% of the time. I think she was saying at first. Now, more recently, in the past week or so, she said she's going to be in Bali 90% of the time. Y'all going to barely see her over here. That's because she know the FBI is going to be on her ass, or is, and other things. And so she's staying over there to hide out. They still ain't getting it. They thinking, nah, he's just a brilliant businessman who done tried to go to Bali to open a restaurant. He international now. Not even realizing she's an international grifter. She's doing the same thing that Russell Simmons did. I bet you it's people who make excuses for Russell Simmons and say, no, he just went over there, closed most of his businesses here, and went over there to open up his yoga studio. Okay. So anyway, here's the clip of Darius Crooks. He's fed up because y'all won't leave him alone. Y'all should let him grift in peace.
While they're yet in the United States at their dead-end job, they're fat, they have no future, no talent. I don't take criticism from people who are poorer than me. Thank you. Okay, as I was saying, these are the Greek chicken meatballs, okay?
So that was, yeah, I'm going to add that one in. I got to remember. That was Darius Crooks reading y'all the filth over here in America, calling y'all fat and miserable, and y'all got dead-end jobs. Then we got Darius Crooks, because everywhere he goes, he is toxic, and he creates drama, and he is miserable and hateful, and does not like to celebrate.
This came from.
He does not like to celebrate other people's successes. So another lie that Darius Crooks told, really uninformed lie. It was unintentional because she had not informed herself before she started investing money in Bali. For the longest, Darius Crooks was saying, there are no soul food restaurants in Bali. We gonna be the first soul food restaurant in Bali. That's when it's gonna be called Hip Hop Chicken. Hip Hop Chicken. It was gonna be called Hip Hop Chicken, and then they changed it because Tommy said it sounded like it was too cheap. So now it's Hip Hop Soul. So Darius Crooks was saying, we gonna be the first. Ain't nobody ever even conceived of having no soul food in Bali. When I told Tommy was like, nope, we ain't got that. And I said, that's because I'm brilliant. I haven't been here yet. That's why y'all ain't got it. I'm a brilliant man. Ain't nobody intelligent like I's intelligent. So, fast forward, Darius Crooks is there for his month, his being there for the month of April, where he's finally learning about the country, the culture, something. Well, really, she too busy trying to teach them about American culture. She's so ignorant. She don't realize when you go to a different culture, it's more about you learning their culture than trying to convert them to your culture. But she's full of herself. She's egotistical, narcissistic, sociopathic. She don't know. That's how us normal people think. That ain't how she think. So anyway, she's over there. She learning a little bit here and there. Every once in a while, she learning something. And she ends up going to a meetup with black folks that are in Bali, like black people who live in Bali. They got a meetup group that, does stuff, activities together. That would be something she should have considered doing before she had invested in land there. So she goes to this meetup. She drags Tommy along with her. They playing spades. The people are interacting, all this good stuff. And she then finds out that the black folks who live there tell her, oh yeah, there's we did a soul food restaurant tasting a little while ago, recently. Yeah, there's Gertrude's is about to open up out here. Gertrude's, yeah, they're out of Florida. Yeah, it's a black lady. She's opening up a soul food restaurant here. So guess who wasn't the first? Guess who was the first, I should say. And guess who wasn't? So Gertrude has already been there scouting doing food tastings to make sure that there is a customer base there, etc. All the things that a wise business person would do. Unlike Darius Crooks, who didn't even check to make sure, even check in with the local folk to find out what's happening here. So anyway, now Gertrude's, which is based out of Florida, gets on Darius Crooks' radar. And what does he try to do immediately? Not try to partner with the lady, get to know her, find out some things about her, see how they could maybe assist each other in some ways or collab in some ways. No, that's not how she works. She told y'all she does not play well with others. She has told y'all that in her live streams. You D-havers, y'all know that. This is what she does instead when it comes to Gertrude's, the other restaurant.
This came from the Forge.
I think it's Buffer. Oh no, that's on that end.
It's just all right. It's all right. No, the chocolate cake makes up for the bread, but it also gets rid of the craving too. Is that from the soul food restaurant that's already in Bali? You're so smart. I love that. You mean Gertrude's? They haven't opened up yet?
I love that. Whoever made that comment, you are my friend. You're a friend in my head. Whoever made that comment. Y'all be over there trolling sometimes, and I love it. Well, they ain't necessarily people. It's just people with common sense. But whoever, y'all, those of y'all who be over there trolling, it tickles my heart sometimes.
You're so smart. I love that. You mean Gertrude's?
Let me go a little further.
Craving too. Is that from the soul food restaurant that's already in Bali? You're so smart. I love that. You mean Gertrude's? They haven't opened up yet? Hold on one second. I love the trolls. Sire Gem 06. What's the name of the restaurant that's opened up in Bali? Tell us that, why don't you? With your no profile picture having ass. Come on, come to the front of the classroom. Come to the front of the classroom. What y'all don't know is they being funny. I said that we're the first soul food restaurant in Bali, black owned. It's another one trying to open up called Gertrude's. They ain't got no land yet, no building. They did a tasting.
So then he tries to minimize the impact of everything that Gertrude's soul food restaurant, which is open in Florida, because this will be an additional location for them, not the first, because they didn't, unlike Darius Crooks, they ain't got 3 closed down restaurants. So he's trying to tear down Gertrude's by saying, well, they ain't got no land yet. They ain't got nothing open. So I'm still the first. So now he's in a race with Gertrude's. Oh, she's so sad. She's so sad. Oh. We'll see how that. So again, she's already committing she's already creating a enemy. Then I think for the last one, let me see. Oh, maybe I'm gonna do 2 because he also insulted their name. I forgot all about this.
Black.
Oh, I didn't mean to play it from here. Let me play it from here.
Black Southern soul food restaurant in Bali, not one. There is one that is coming, but it's called Gertrude's.
Now, remind you what I've been telling y'all, because some of y'all newer to this topic. This wasn't what Darius Crooks was saying for the past, since January. So if January he signed, from January to April, 4 months. This wasn't what he was saying. He was saying, we are the only black, only soul food restaurant coming to Bali. Ain't nobody ever conceived of it. I'm going to be the first. That was it. End of sentence. Now it's, well, there's another one coming, but they ain't got no land. And then now he ripping apart. Also, he's going to get to talking about how their concept is dumb and their name is dumb. Like hip hop soul is so goddamn creative. She's a mess.
not even concerned, because anybody who names their restaurant Gertrude's in Bali is in my opinion, is not thinking carefully, because Gertrude's doesn't mean anything to somebody who is living in Bali, who's, Balinese, or somebody who's coming from another country, right? What does the word Gertrude's mean to anybody who's in France? They don't know what Gertrude's is, right? Now, if I'm in Alabama, if I'm in Mississippi, if I'm in Tennessee, if I'm in Georgia, if I'm in Oklahoma, if I'm in Arkansas.
This is a 7-minute clip. I ain't gonna let her ramble the whole time. But anyway, I'm gonna close out this poll because I'm gonna put another one up. Is Tommy going to scam Darius Crooks? 84% of y'all are saying yes, 16% no. I mean, it's still been, as long as we've been talking about this for 6 months now, almost 6 months. Y'all, the majority have been saying that Tommy is gonna scam Crooks. Y'all have stayed, the majority has stayed with that. I'm still saying I hear y'all, I see how y'all saying that, but I'm still like, I'm not saying enough that's making me feel confident that Tommy ain't gullible. I ain't saying enough yet. Okay, and the next poll question I'm gonna put out is, do you agree with Darius Crooks that Gertrude's, because their name is Gertrude's, they're dumb, and that means that no one is going to go to their restaurant because it doesn't say what it is in the title? I guess it's supposed to say soul food restaurant with R&B music. Soul food restaurant, we play jazz. That's the name.
And I hear the word Gertrude's, I'm like, oh, I know what that is. That speaks to an old Black woman's name. So that must be like a restaurant or like a soul food spot. But here it doesn't make sense. This is where cultural appropriation is important, right? This is why I have an Indonesian business partner, because I could run the cultural stuff through him. He knows culture. He don't know soul food. He don't know hip hop like that, but at least he does know local culture. So I could run that through him and say what makes sense. In fact, you may remember when we first started this journey, it was going to be called hip hop fried chicken, right? And fried chicken is a thing here, but you can get a piece of fried chicken from a stand. Like right now, I can walk out to a stand and get a piece of fried chicken for like 60 cents, right? So he felt that by calling it hip hop fried chicken, it would sort of lessen, cheapen the whole idea, right? It would cheapen it a little bit. And so we don't want to do any of that, which is the reason why we decided to change the name and now call it hip hop soul, right? Which, in my opinion, I think makes beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. So again, I just think it's important to understand cultural relevance in a lot of this. And, I can tell you what I know. I know what works in America, but I don't know what works here, which is why I have Tommy, because Tommy knows exactly what works here. Tommy's been doing this for years. He's helped countless other restaurants.
So there's something, I ain't gonna keep torturing us 7 minutes. I don't feel like it. The thing is, how does he know that the owner, I forgot her name too, because we learned her name during that time when I first did this story. But how does he know that she has not, she doesn't have a Balinese consultant as well? How does he know that? That's an assumption. Also, unlike him, she actually obviously has connection to her roots and her grandmother, because Gertrude is the name of her grandmother. She named her existing restaurant that exists in Florida after her grandmother. Therefore, she's keeping the name when she comes to Bali. But then the other question is, have you not gone to a restaurant because of the name? When you Google and let's say you're traveling, you're on vacation or something, on a work vacation, whatever, a work trip or whatever, and you're not familiar with the area, and you go to Google and you say restaurants near me, and it gives you a list. And the names be all over the place. And if you don't know what it is from the name, which most times you don't, what do? You click on it and look at the menu. You look, click on the website and read it. Huh? Huh? I guess because she's so literal with everything, but yet not. She's an imbecile. Let me give y'all one more clip and then we're getting out of here. I'm getting out of here for real. I know it was one of them. Oh, this is because he just mentioned the chicken. So it made me think of this him walking the street and that's because I got too many videos in here. Him walking the street in Bali harassing the Balinese people, treating them like ish. Wait, there's actually two different clips. I think that's the one, though. Wait, let me make sure, because then I might want to play this other one. No, I'm gonna do this one instead. Because he walked past people. He walked past a lady who was making, I don't know if it's chicken or whatever, on the curb or whatever. And looking at her all crazy upside her head and all of that, just being ignorant, just culturally insensitive and all that. But this to me was even more egregious as he approaches this Gojek guy who is basically like an Uber on mopeds, which is all throughout Bali. So this is like a thing.
Other people.
And watch this interaction.
This guy's asked me if I want to ride for a Gojek. I don't know what looks like I want to get on the back of that scooter. And I don't know why he would ask me if I want to get on the back of that scooter. I have not once told him I'm looking for a ride. Do it like I'm looking for a ride? I'm walking. Yes. No. Why do I want a Gojek? No, I don't want one. No, I never said I wanted one. Thank you. My ass.
Just nasty, so rude. Just a gutter snipe. Why? This man just trying to earn an honest living, and she being all sassy with this man who doing what many of us have seen. And this girl, she used to traveling now. She didn't travel. Of course, she brags about it. So it ain't like she ain't never been in another country before and had people solicit her, especially in other countries. They solicit when they want business. It's just a thing they do. You go in shopping areas and all the shopkeepers, come here. I got good for you. This glasses for you. No, put them on. Glasses for you. And you're like, no, I'm good. No. They didn't walk 2-3 stores down with you. No, I got different kinds of glasses. It's cultural. It is what it is. This guy wasn't even doing all that. He wasn't harassing him. And then the people who saw the full lie, because I just saw that clip because it was floating on Twitter, they say he had already walked past the guy, was going in the other direction, and purposefully turned around. And the piece that we just saw, he went back towards the guy to confront him in that way. Just ignorance. And they like, shit, master chosen by God. You supposed to be. That's why they just bothering you. You so perfect. That's why God is putting you in Bali so you can become a multi-millionaire 100 times over because you favored, because you so good to people. What? What? Open your goddamn eyes. This is just a quick little clips I'm showing, and you see the toxicity of this sassy queen. Get out of here with that bull. Okay, so closing out this poll question, do you agree with Darius Crooks in that clip that Gertrude basically was a dumb name, putting it in short? 95% of y'all say no. 5% of y'all ignorant as hell. No, sorry. Oh, your finger slip. It's time for me to go. You're ignorant as hell because it's not a dumb name for a restaurant. It's just not in Bali, but you're a flying monkey, most likely, or just ain't got good sense. Anyway, thank you to everyone who has viewed, even though you're the 5% of y'all. I love y'all. I tease y'all. And I check you when you acting a little slow. So thank you for everyone who is has viewed this evening. If you haven't as of yet, please hit that like button. It is free to you, but it is invaluable to me and the growth of this channel. Tonight, we have, for those of you who've joined a little late, which is quite a few of you have, as I can see, we got some night owls around here. Y'all almost making me feel like I shouldn't feel so shamed about having late shows. My East Coast people be making me feel bad, but the show really get to popping, look like the later it get. But today, for those of you who joined a little later and you're gonna rewind to the beginning, we added back our missing persons segment, so check that out for 2 missing teens. We also gave a reminder for those who live in Ohio. If you are in Ohio, today is your election day is June 11th of 2023. Make sure, if you're watching this on the replay, I don't want you watching this 2 weeks later like, oh, I gotta go vote tomorrow. No, only on June 11th of 2024. If you are in Ohio, that is your election day. So please make your voice heard. Your life depends on it. Your life depends on it. Also, we talked about Representative Byron. Byron, I was about to call him Scampot. Byron Uncle Ruckus Donalds, and his statements about how black families were stronger during Jim Crow. It was a good time for us, basically. He gaslighting, saying they ain't what he was saying, but that's what he was saying. Dog whistling. Then a little Trump commentary, Trump skits. Then we talked about DoorDash and its issue. Well, I should say these food delivery apps and their issues with deplorables and racists delivering food to people. We had a couple viral videos on that. And then lastly, we talked about Michael Rainey from Power Book and the Power Trilogy and his unfortunately situation with being groped online on the live stream by look like a teenage young lady, or at least in her early 20s, grabbing his private areas and how he addressed that. And then we moved into the last segment of this, which was just a little quick little convo recap of Bali. So with that, thank you to my moderators. Thank you to my channel members. If you are not already a part of the Telegram group, I mentioned this in the beginning as well. This is where we have moved to from our VIP text community, which is unfortunately no longer around. I wasn't finna pay 5 times what it used to be to keep it. And so we have now moved to Telegram, but you will need to download the app. We have, it's the text community on steroids. Join it. I can't even describe it. If you like the chat over here, you will absolutely love the chat groups over on Telegram. And it's a pretty much 24/7 we going at it with all kind of good stuff and different groups for different topics and all of that. So with that, until next time, which should be tomorrow, I think I'm going live tomorrow evening, if God says so. But until next time, y'all make sure to take care and be blessed. I'm gonna play y'all out with a little meme. We ain't played this in a while. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great evening. I will see y'all hopefully tomorrow. Peace.
Nobody's bigger than the group. Y'all ain't stupid. I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me. They coming to see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You wish you could work it the way I do. Check it out. Dang. Look, remember? Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would.
You got knocked the fuck out, man. Give me my goddamn money. The payback's a motherfucker, ain't it? Nigga.
When I see food, when I see food. Damn, nigga, did you order that shit yet, man? Fuck, I'm hungry as a bitch. When I see food, when I see food. Ah!
not be just a nuffin'. My head all full of stuffin', my heart all full of pain. I would dance and be merry, life would be a ding-a-dairy if I only had a brain.
Ah, youngster. Yeah, get your ass up out of here.
Mom. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Call for your mama. I stayed off your ass out of respect for that woman. But if it wasn't for your mama, I would have broke your little ass down a long time ago. Jody? Little Jody? You know what I see when I look in your eyes?
You gonna cry now? Come on, cry, baby. Cry for me. Come on. Cry.
Deep in the recesses of my brain, a tiny red-hot little flame began to grow.